Welcome back to OACRL PlayStation Div 1 Round 6 here at Monza. We're up in the very right at smack bang end of qualifying, so we'll jump straight into the action as we do have 3 drivers with us this evening. A bit lower than normal, but it does seem to fluctuate as now qualifying is all done and dusted, with Lord Bill taking pole position here this evening. As we now wait for the game to... and the session has now ended. Noah Huni sliding... oh, we have spawned in another driver. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Looked like we had a 4th driver. Who knows? We will find that out later as we now wait for this session to start. As we wait for them to come around Parabolica here. And now this corner 1 for these cars has been known to be quite interesting. Well, corner 1, lap 1 for most cars, whether it's F1 or GT3, is very interesting, as we've got the green light for the first session here. So let's... there we go. Noah, we only have 2 of our drivers out on the field, coming through the notorious turn 1. Oh, and that is a I'm not quite sure. Digdrosh may have come out of the pits. Yes, he has got a drive through, but it looks like Lord Bill and Noah Huni did make it through Parabolica very easily. And I think that now they're coming up. They're coming up through Seconda Vente and Colemos and Codimos. So this second corner, now they head down, going around this sort of 2 90-degree corners that don't have a lot of chance to pick up that pace, coming down now and heading into Ascari. And now, to me, this track does look a lot like 8-foot. That is also just me. I could go on for quite a while about different tracks and what they look like, whether it be F1, ACC, GT7. I can come up with names quite easily, as now we can see the top 2 heading it down into Parabolica, with Lord Bill getting a very nice start as he comes across to finish lap 1. Oh, someone went straight through that chicane. Noah Huni there doesn't seem to have any damage to the naked eye. Lord Bill running away. Big Josh still to serve that penalty, has to take within 3 laps. So we'll have to take that very, very soon. Otherwise, I'm not quite sure what happens if you don't serve your drive-through penalty here. Coming through that chicane nicely, using that curb, not going too far, coming out. Now coming up to perhaps a bit wide on that exit there, but doesn't touch the grass. Coming now down into a scary. As Big Josh is now, whoa, this game's being a bit glitchy and funky, but he does have to serve that drive-through penalty quite soon, as now he's coming around. Parabolica stays out yet again, so I think next lap he has to come. Oh, and there's another drive-through for speeding in the pit lane. I'm not sure who got that one. Or it could just be my game being slightly funky. Big Josh goes around that first chicane very nicely and uses that curb to his advantage. Now this may sound completely and utterly strange, but when you're racing, whether it be sim racing, karting, GT3 racing, any form, you want to take the optimal route. You want to cover the least amount of distance humanly possible, and that may sound weird to others, but shorter the distance, shorter the time. So we have 5 minutes into the first of 2 races here this evening, and to go over, let me pull up the calendar. Our last 2 rounds we have is next week. We visit the Hungary, and then we visit Mount Panorama for round 8, and Mount Panorama is the second endurance round. And hi Axe, you will notice I do get in slightly interesting doing these, because there are 3 drivers, one who still has not served their drive-through penalty, who still needs to serve their drive-through, goes wide through Parabolica, and goes into the pit, so I think pushed it till the very, very last lap. No, it would be coming through that to serve his drive-through penalty he gained earlier. As no, everyone's very spread out. No Uni flying around up into that second chicane. Coming around back through Parabolica now. My microphone is being sorry if it cuts out. As we have got Lordville coming up to that treacherous corner 1. Haven't seen much action here today. But as we see them now, Noah, if I can get to him in time. Oh! Decided to try and fly that car up a little bit there. Not quite sure what that one was about. Now it's Lord Bill in P1 very comfortably, just flying around the course. And will he lap? He's going around parallel brokers. It's going to take quite a lot. I don't think Lord Bill will lap Dig Josh, even though he is behind by a fair way, and the fastest lap of the race so far goes to Dig Josh with a 150.672 as we are winding down to the halfway point for the first race, or the 1/4 the way through the racing here this evening, as it's done off time, and then who's done the most laps, and then who crosses the line first and have consequently done the most laps.
We are halfway through, not over yet.
As we now have reached the halfway point here this evening. And all the drivers are now, fastest lap is still Dig Josh. Look and sit on board with no Hunias a bit as he works his way coming around Monza. Lord Bill running, he's got the fastest lap. Lord Bill now has the fastest lap with a 151.42, so that's quite a change from what we saw earlier. Whoa! Dig Josh coming around that chicane. Well, the game's a bit funky here this evening. Dig Josh doing his best to catch up after having that drive-through penalty. Lord Bill heading through that chicane once more. As we have now got 5 minutes to go, the fastest lap still belonging to Lord Bull at this stage in the race, as the others don't look like they're going to improve on their times much, but that is a-okay. Keeping it within the white lines, out of the walls, off the grass, out the gravel, is also quite important. Coming around as we've got a couple of minutes left. Lord Bill are running quite far away with B1 for race 1, P1 race 1, put it on pole, and is running away with the race win here as long as he doesn't damage his car too badly or spin it or dump it somewhere. He's got it well and secured. Oh, someone went a bit wide through that. I think Noah went a bit wide through that chicane. Comes around. Heads through there. Going through this Well, that's Lloyd going through that lovely set of corners, running down to Parabolica. As Lord Bill, the game, just wait for the game to give me my confirmation.
Leaders on final lap now.
There we go, the leader is on their final lap of racing. Now Huni coming now through Parabolica to start his final lap of racing in race 1. Then we've got Dig Josh coming around into that chicane in to start sector number 3. Now getting ready to, now it's his turn to head down through to Parabolica for the second to last time. As Dig Josh now sets up off on his final lap of race 1. Going back with Lord Bill coming now through those corners. This game's really not built for spectators all too much. Lord Bill now getting ready to head down into Parabolica for the last time this race.
The leader has finished the race.
And Lord Bill wins the first race here this evening. Then followed by Nohini, who's now coming down through Parabolica. Wait for him to jump and cross the line. He will grab P2 right up the back of Lord Bill. A little bit of spinning and contact there. No, Uni, I think, has copped all of that damage. As we do have the smoke and the celebrations going off in the background, as we do have now Dig Josh coming across the line to wrap up race 1. As we now wait for the second race start. We will be back because it is important, and remember to stay hydrated.
20 seconds. 10 seconds.
Not quite sure what's up with the gal. We do have 3, at least. We do have our 3 drivers all bunched up, getting ready, coming through Parabolica to start race 2. Ooh, going through each other a bit there. Getting ready for that all-important race start. Sometimes a race start can finish your race before it has even started if it isn't the best. So we'll see if lap 1, turn 1, race 2 can bring any chaos, as they now have been given the green light. You can see Lord Bill trying to run away here yet again, but now with all three of them bunched up into that corner. Can they keep it civil? Can they keep it within the white lines? The answer is yes, they can. Sorry, as the drives are yet to start spreading out here, but it is also still the very early stages. As in the early stages of the race, Lord Bill does have the fastest lap here so far. As we are now crossing that 5 minutes of racing action here in race 2, the drivers are starting to settle out a bit, with Dig Josh keeping that P2 position and is quite close within striking distance of Lord Bill, or trying to be an ever-present threat in his back mirrors. And we've now, well, truly, now we're slowly starting to creep towards half race time here, I guess. As we do have Dig Josh trying a cone on the path. Trying to catch up to Wardville. As the cars aren't up to nothing too much interesting, so it's not a lot of yapping and a whole lot of watching this week. Dig Josh coming through Parabolica yet again and heading up that straight. So we now watch Noah Heaney go around.
We are at the halfway mark. Keep pushing.
As we've now reached the halfway point in this second race here this evening. has no, the lead has not changed. The fastest lap still belongs to Lloydville with a 1:51.55. So pretty on par with his times from race 1.
The leader is on the final lap. Give it a final push.
As we now on the final lap of racing here. Coming around through Parabolica for the last time.
The leader has finished the race.
And Lord Bill wins race 1 and race 2 this evening with Dig George right behind him. As we wait for Noah Heaney to round Parabolica for the final time here this evening. And that is the session all done and dusted. I'm gonna go before I fall asleep any further. And that is all for this week.